Brands, Orca Decor, Best Western Premier Hotel, Urban Grill, Coco Lounge, Carbon, Vidai Cafe, Regal Hotel, AM and PM Restaurant and Sports Bar, Zena Lodge, Honeysuckle, and many more. Don't have a Standard Chartered card? Just download the SC mobile app or visit www.sc.com/GH to open an account and get a free Visa Gold card. Visit My StanChart Privileges on sc.com/GH to access the full list of discount partners. Remember, the 3 magic steps are show, spend, smile. Swipe for amazing discounts while earning reward points for every spend. Show your Standard Chartered card. Spend with your Standard Chartered card. Be guaranteed a smile with amazing discounts. Standard Chartered, here for good. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Papa, no. Where's your friend Atu?
I was at the bar with Atu the other day. He had bet on the game and tensions were high. Then Atu said, Charlie, we go lose. But I told him, Charlie, Vim day. Go! I had won 15,000 Ghana cedis. Then Atu said, we bet for the same amount. How come I only got 9,000 Ghana cedis? Then I asked him, he didn't bet with Bet Planet.
Wait, he didn't bet with Bet Planet?
He didn't bet with Bet Planet, oh. So I went to take all my money. Then Atu asked me, all your money. My betting people said I should wait a few days, oh. For the best odds, biggest wins, and fastest payouts, visit www.betplanet.com.gh. So Atu, where you there now?
Still there the line inside, oh.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We're going straight to the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi. Dagomba line very close to Anglonga Junction. Well, because we've experienced 4 fire outbreaks in about 72 hours in the Ashanti Regional Capital. Nana Yaujima, as my colleague is with Love FM, and he's joined us to help us understand what has been causing these fires in the Ashanti region. Nana, good morning and thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, Winston Amwa.
So, Nana, I mean, we've experienced 4 fire outbreaks in the Ashanti region over the last 72 hours, and the concern is what could be causing these fires? What are the authorities telling you from their preliminary investigations?
So we've been speaking to the fire service about the series of fire incidents in the Ashanti region, and they are attributing various reasons for the inferno. First, for the KNUST fire, they believe that someone within the market used a faulty fridge, and this could have caused the fire. This is initial findings from the investigations that they've been doing. To the one at Abuabo station, they are attributing it to a welder and a shop owner. So this shop owner contracted the welder to help him do some work in his shop, and they believe that the load that they put on the electrical connection to this area is the reason for the cause of the inferno. So for the Dagomba line incident, they believe that for long years there have been 40 electrical connections to these areas, and that could be the reason of the fire which swept through the Dagomba line about 2 days ago. So at the moment, I'm at Dagomba line, and I can see a lot of the people rebuilding their wooden shacks in which they live. If you can hear the noise in the background, these are carpenters and other people on the ground, and they're all working on these wooden shacks. So a lot of them are at the roofing stage. They are almost at the roofing stage, and within a day or two, they'll be done rebuilding these wooden shacks.
But Nana, when it happened, the authorities talked about they need to put in place proper structures. Why are they being allowed to rebuild it themselves?
So these talks have been happening every year. In 2019, I covered a fire incident here, and authorities told us they need to improve the structure in this area. Very soon, or a day or two afterwards, the people started building. In 2020, similar thing happened before the lockdown. Same story was heard. The authorities told us same stories, but in a day or 24 hours or 48 hours after the talk, the people started rebuilding. So this is not new to the Dagomba line. The authorities continue to emphasize on the need to improve upon the structures here. and the layout. But year after year, when these incidents happen, the people go back, they start rebuilding, and life returns to normal.
Now, for those of us who do not know Dagomba Line, what sort of activities go on there?
So Dagomba Line is a slum in the Ashanti region, and most of the people here are scrap dealers and people who do menial jobs. They are mostly people who have migrated from the north, especially, to settle here and conduct their economic activities in the Ashanti region. So this is a picture of Dagomba Line, and it's a huge area of land. The place we are talking about is spread through several communities. It finds itself in the midst of two different districts or municipalities. We have part going into the Asquarimampo Municipal Assembly, part of it going into the Oforiko municipality, and even the KMA has part of it going through its area. So we are talking about a vast area which has people numbering more than 10,000 or 20,000, if I should estimate the number of people who live in this area. So it's a slum, well congested, and have a lot of people living here.
So let's hear from some of the residents, some of the persons who are rebuilding their structures. Let's find out from them why they have decided to rebuild and why they wouldn't wait for the assembly to construct modern structures for them.
Exactly.
Yes,
I
let's
have
listen to
this
them.
young man here, and he has agreed to speak to us. Good morning, welcome to Joy News. Tell me, this incident happened less than 48 hours ago, and you started rebuilding.
Yeah, because where we should live is just a problem. So when it comes to situation like this, we have to. We're here when the authorities come and say we should start rebuilding now.
The authorities gave you the permission.
They gave us the permission to start the structures again. Because as you can see, there are a lot of people here. We don't have a place to stay. You understand? That's why they say to continue again to start the structure.
So what did you lose to this part?
Oh, as I can say, we have lost a lot of things to me. Because as you can see, those that I'm wearing, I'm just there with what these things. The second is short. You understand? And then my wife back, and then my mobile money went about 4,000. All is one. I decided to replace the city. All of them are.
So it means that you've lost a lot of things to the inferno. How are you able to reorganize quickly and start rebuilding?
For my friends, those are still enough. Yeah, and then my work too. So that means they have to give me some money. After we are done with our non-child replace before we draw the money.
So where is your wife and you have children? Where are they?
For my children, they are the north. Then my wife, after the incident, she's now still behind the bridge, that big bridge over there.
With who?
With my sister, one of my sisters.
So I'm learning that the NAD will organize some shelter for the women and other people here. How true is that?
Yeah, I heard about it. Even yesterday, I saw some people wearing some equipment. They said it was some organization. So I don't know whether it's an Atmo director or me.
So what passed the previous night and the other night that
there's my friend there. Fortunately for them, the first not get to the appeal. So the other night, I with them. Yesterday, I went to they said I guess I went there for the.
So today, where do you intend to pass the night? Because from how things are going, it looks like your shelter will not be ready by close of day.
Yeah. For this night, that place I used to stay, that my friend. We are meant there, and the other guys did not come. I'll be able to see them, but when they come, I'll go to the guest house and then get it.
Thank you very much. So, Winston, that's one of the victims.
Yes, but
And
Nana,
I can
just before he goes, I'm interested in the assembly, the authorities asking them to rebuild. Now, when did the authority give that directive?
So I'll have to ask him once again about that. You're telling me that the assembly directed you to rebuild. When did that directive come in?
No, so we've not received the message yet from the assembly. You know, we are having some elders here. You understand? And then there are those that maybe issues like this come up.
So Nana, which assembly asked them to rebuild?
We were just here yesterday when the man said, like when you are ready to do your, you can, when you have to start, you should start. That's why when they finish everything, we are waiting for a directive. Yesterday that man came in. Normally we call him. We do the government not that's he's our.
Yes, Nana, kindly position yourself properly. I think there's some breakages in the communication. So if you could do that so we can hear you clearly, we'll be very grateful.
Hello, Winston.
Yes, Nana, you guys should position yourself properly. There were some breakages in your communication. But so which of the assemblies, since you've told us that this area falls within 3 or so districts, which of them gave the directive that they should rebuild so that we can find out from them the assessments that were made before they were told to rebuild?
So according to him, he's unable to tell which of them exactly, but he says their leadership went to see the assembly, and he is unable to tell which of the assemblies they went to see, and they gave them the permission to rebuild. So we'll go on and try to speak with the chairman and find out how he got the information. As the time I came in, the chairman, I tried reaching him, and he tells me he's not around. So I should call him back later, and we have a conversation. So we are still working on getting the chairman to speak to, and he will be in the better position to give us which of the assembly gave them that directive.
Yes, but Anaya, before we wrap it all up, help us, give us a picture of how Dagomba line is looking like this morning.
So I can see a lot of wooden structure coming up, and you see a lot of carpenters and other people trying to help these carpenters rebuild these wooden structures. And often, either tricycles or vehicles, these trucks bring in wood for the construction of these wooden shacks. So this is the picture if it's vivid enough.
So, Anaya, the guy you spoke to was telling us he slept with some friends, but throughout your communication with them, do you know where many of them slept, having lost their structures?
So, unfortunately, some of them are unable to communicate in a language that I do understand. They are Dagombas, so a lot of them are able to speak the local language. But from what he has been telling me, some of them have been able to put up with friends. The NADMO also set up a place, or they went to this church and they spoke to the church. They agreed to give them the space, and they found some mattresses for especially the women to pass the night. Some of the men would put up in some of the structures that they are now bringing up here. So various people are finding a means of passing the night.
Thank you very much, Nanaya Ojima, who is with our sister station Love FM, joining us from Dagomba line near Anglonga Junction, helping us understand what the situation is at Dagomba line. We're told that the structures are being built again. They say the assembly asked them to do so. They're unable to tell us which of the assemblies directed them to build. We certainly would continue following up on this particular issue and bring a conclusion to it. But it's now time for the Sports Center.
Hey, champion.
Oh,
Champion.
El Giorgio.
Champion, you be good.
El Giorgio. Semi Kanye.
Then okay.
Now,
you see, Winston, good morning to all Manchester United fans.
Good morning.
And this is the great club we have come to know.
Yeah.
We are highly disappointed, though, that there was so much jubilation last night.
What were you expecting?
That Manchester United were top of the Premier League in January, and they are jubilating.
Winston,
hold on. Winston, it shows you how far you are from what you used to be.
Oh, yes, we know. We know we are far.
Let Sheffield United go to the top in January and be happy. Manchester United, you are the top. And I told you, Spurs were at the top. They came down.
Oh, it
Chelsea
doesn't
at
matter.
some time were there.
You see, our rise. Our rise is the rise that you have to look at. Charlie.
The anthem they are played. Manchester United fans will play the anthem. But look, don't be deceived.
Oh no, we shouldn't be deceived.
Don't be deceived that if you are top of the Premier League in January, you'll be top in May.
You want us to do this?
So you can enjoy this one this morning.
Glory,
enjoy.
No.
Listen. Enjoy being at top. Being on top.
Do you know what is going to happen on Sunday?
Which was going to happen on Sunday?
Are you aware what is going to happen on Sunday?
I don't even want to go there. Locker room, come. Are you invited? I'm bringing your locker room. You
look
to come and tell me why you think Manchester United will beat Liverpool.
It is done.
Give them the anthem this morning. Do it for you guys.
Whether you like it or not.
Glory.
Whether you like it or not.
When this song was written,
glory
when this anthem was being sung, and when it had this power, Manchester United is top January. Let's activate the phone lines. If you think Manchester United can win the Premier League,
we are not saying we'll win the Premier League now. We're not saying that now.
If you think you win the Premier League,
wait.
Why are you jubilating?
0302 216 541 0302
the glory in
216 541 and 055 11 11 997. You see, one of those who's always said Manchester United cannot win the league. Today, our own Gary Neville is saying United fans should get carried away.
That is him.
We should get carried away.
We'll stop him from doing this.
Maza,
if you think Man U win, you come.
Let me get onto the phone line.
I'm saying it is too early. It is too early.
We have not said we've won anything. George in Accra. Good morning, George.
George.
Good morning.
George, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
As you can feel in my mood. When United wins like that and we're on top of the league, what else do you expect? George Ado wants to engage in a debate.
Oh, he has every right to.
Thank you.
Because there's no way Man U even be on top after Sunday.
Against.
Against. George, tell Winston that this is just temporary. And it will continue to be temporary. Man U, if they are not even careful, Champions League will even be a problem.
Thank you, sir. Yesterday, I couldn't even sleep yesterday.
Thank you very much, George.
Man U fans calling me.
Hold on. I call you. Let's get to Yao Mensah too. Yao Mensah, good morning.
Good morning, my brother Winston.
Where is the glory in?
George, hold on.
Man United cannot win the league. They are just like Accra Great Olympics in Ghana. Yes. When Olympics came on top of the league, they were making a whole lot of noise. So Manchester is just like Olympics.
No, but how can you compare Olympics to Manchester United?
It's too early, man.
I mean, how can you do that?
I mean, Manchester United, my friends, the way I know you and the way I respect this club.
Enoch is at Kanda. Enoch, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Enoch, talk to us.
Listen, United is United.
Thank you.
The haters can go to hell.
Tell them.
They are always on our necks. Even when we are in relegation, so they will still talk about us. Now that we are on top, they are having sleepless nights.
Don't let me sleep because you are on top.
Listen, we will forever be champions in England.
And you let me sleep.
They can do whatever they like.
We are still the champions. Thank you very much. From Canada. John is in Tema. John, good morning.
I couldn't sleep yesterday.
Good morning.
Yeah,
course upon course.
Yes.
I am surprised Weston is this much. Excited this morning.
Thank you. Imagine.
Liverpool is waiting for them.
Yes, sir.
Liverpool.
I believe you, Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool.
We're waiting for you.
I trust you.
Liverpool, eh?
Yeah.
I trust you, Liverpool.
Charlie, don't be too sure.
I trust you, Liverpool. Yes.
We are unleashing the front line. But you know the front line.
Oh, which front line?
We will see about
we are
that.
unleashing the front line.
Charlie, guys, have a wonderful day.
Thank you very, very much for joining us, John and Tema.
More calls.
Bishop at Asante Mampong. Good morning, Bishop.
Good morning, Winston.
Now it's 2-2, Bishop.
Bishop.
Winston. What is George Ado saying?
Don't mind him.
I'm saying it's too early to be happy.
Oh, no, we are.
It's too early to be happy.
George Ado.
Yes, sir. Bishop.
Record all these call-ins now.
I'm doing it.
Down.
It's recorded.
Against the end of the season.
Hey, Bishop.
But mind you, we are taking each match at a time.
Thank you.
And we shall be there by the grace of God.
Now you've added the grace of God.
Yes.
We all have grace of God.
Okay, let's get to Evra.
We'll have grace of God.
Thank you very much, Bishop. Let's get to Evra.
We all have.
And the name says it all. Evra.
Patrice Evra.
Evra from
Patrice
Kum.
on the line.
Evra from Kum.
Yeah, I just want the City fans and the other fans to be aware that Manchester United, we are going to make it by inshallah.
Thank you, Evra.
If it's prayers there, then we can make it.
So this is 4 against 2. 4 for Manchester United. I am counting here. See, Evra, Bishop, Enoch, they are all supporting Manchester United.
But they are Manchester United fans.
Let's get to Hussein in Ashaiman.
I'm always managing your emotions. So that's what I'm saying. Relax.
Relax. Hussein in Ashaiman. Good morning, Hussein.
Good morning, Winston.
Yeah, Hussein, talk to us.
I'll be happy if they win the league, but I'm not quite sure about that.
We'll take your happiness as voting for us. We'll take your happiness as voting for us. So that is 5.
Final caller. You can't be sure.
Thank you very, very much.
Yes.
Look,
you can't be sure.
People support Man U. Final. Let me pick the final one.
Sure.
Let me pick the final one, and then it's 5-2 now. Let's just make it 6-2. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. Please reduce the volume on your radio set so we can hear you.
It's done.
Please, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Francis, calling from Spintex.
Okay, Francis.
Okay, Spintex. Kindly let George understand that. Is he, even surprised that when there were noise for our coach to be sacked because a certain Pochettino was coming and now we are on top of the league? Is he not dazed?
Oh, I'm not dazed. I'm not dazed. It's normal.
George, speak the truth.
I'm not dazed. We are handling.
Thank you very much for
everybody
joining
will
us.
enjoy the top before the
George,
winner takes the top.
Say the truth and shame the devil.
Which devil?
Say the truth and shame the devil.
It's a K. Have you quickly got some chaotic shouts? Let's just do that.
Not yet. If you do,
okay, let's see.
you can just share it.
Shouts. Let's get into our pink sheet. Okay, yeah, I got a pink sheet. I got it out. Now, happy birthday to Mrs. Belinda Cynthia Sampany, Gambra of Absa Bank Accra, High Street Prestige Manager. This is coming from all your family and your friends. And now this is another special chaotic request. And this is a happy birthday to Mr. Fukuche Group, CEO of Glyco Group Limited. Very, very important. Now, you are one of a kind, a leader like no other. May today and every day be blessed abundantly from Nana Ifa Roxon and also from all of us here at the Multimedia Group. Let's get into the Joy Sports Center, proudly brought to us by
MTN. Choose your own bundle your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. And Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. So, everyone is unique on MTN. And that is why we are rewarding you this new year with mouth-watering daily data offers. Just buy Data Bundle and use data and get rewarded for being such an awesome data customer. Simply dial *141# to redeem your special reward of 500 megabytes and other unique offers just because we're good together. We're there for you everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply. But your car deserves the best treats. Please, your car that takes you to work and brings you home every day deserves the best treat. And that's why I'm introducing to you the latest addition to the Total Quartz engine oil family, the Quartz 9000 Future OW20, which is specially conditioned and developed for the latest generation engine, Total Quartz 9000 Future OW20 delivers excellent engine protection and cleanliness. It increases the oil change interval while reducing your fuel consumption. So, for optimum performance and efficiency of your car, visit your nearest Total service station and ensure your car is well protected. Join the Total Quartz Nation movement now. Total Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer. But you know, I've been telling you about how StanChart cares about all of you. They care about you so much.
Proud sponsors of Liverpool.
Yes, they appreciate that January is a tight month for everybody. It looks like a month with more than 70 days, as it never ends. Meanwhile, we have spent most of our cash on, Christmas and the New Year. And so at StanChart, we're giving you free shopping sprees at ShopRite. Oh, yes. You got that right. Pick the trolley and let's see what you can pick in 60 seconds. Charlie, what can you pick, George? What can you pick in 60 seconds? All for free. Charlie, then we will fill your tank for free every Friday as well. Just drive in empty and we'll just fill it for you. We call it Free Friday Fuel. Or you could win the big one, a Citroen C5 Aircross sedan from Silver Star Auto Limited. It's still the StanChart season of surprises. So, now that you know, you want to do it right, pick up your phone, download the SE mobile app, open an account and make a deposit of 200 Ghana cedis or more and stand eligible to shop for free, get your tank filled, or even win the ultimate prize, a Citroen C5 Aircross sedan. But for already existing clients, just deposit 200 Ghana cedis and beyond to stand eligible. This promotion has been approved by the Gaming Commission. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Let's get into the sports right now. Winston, there was more heartbreak for the national under-17 team at continental level.
Of the game, and referee Vicentia Enyonam Amedome whistles to bring the game to an end. And it is a sad day for the national under-17 team as they've been booted out of the competition. Ghana lost by 3-1. The Ghanaian players are complaining bitterly about the performance of the referee.
Commentary from the live official feed of the Ghana Football Association on yesterday's game between the Black Starlets and their counterparts from Ivory Coast. And we know Ghana will not be represented at this year's Africa Under-17 Cup of Nations following the Black Starlets' loss 3-1 there in the Waffle Zone B Championship. Now, the Black Starlets were eliminated after losing that game which were expected to actually draw or win. They actually failed to do what they needed to do. The defeat means that they miss out on the ticket to Morocco, reaching the final of the Wafu Championship will then have been enough to secure qualification. Now remember, it's a second straight for the Black Starlets. They failed to qualify for the tournament after missing out on the 2019 edition. Now, chairman of the Ghana League Clubs Association has urged Asante Kotoko not to withdraw from the CAF Confederations Cup. Now, the Porcupine Warriors accuse CAF of a lack of respect and have threatened to, get out of the competition themselves, by withdrawing because they don't think it was right for them to have been knocked out of the CAF Champions League itself, even though they've been drawn against the Confederations Cup. They're drawn against Sensitive in the Confederations Cup. Fianu says, they must try to get this game on. They must stay in and compete in the CAF Confederations Cup.
We are in crisis, and instead of resolving the crisis, we are rather compounding. Now, if we don't take time, both the Confederation Cup and the Champions League, home teams will use this COVID, will manipulate the system and win matches off the pitch. I don't think it is right. Being a Ghanaian, yes, I'm hurt by the way Kotoko is treated. And these continental competitions take a lot of resources from participants. So after investing all this money and you're given a raw deal, I will plead that they give a second thought to the withdrawal because we are losing out. We used to have 4 reps, now there are 2. So if we start pulling out from competitions, it could hurt our progression to get back the 4.
Now, former Black Stars and Hearts of Oak winger Yaw Preco was the new face in the Accra Great Olympics dugout after the club announced him as the man to relieve Arno Walker till his sick leave is over. Now, the surprise announcement made yesterday was quickly followed by Yaw Preco taking charge of a first training session at the McDan Park. So, why has the Wonder Club moved quickly to replace Arno Walker and his assistant, who have had such an impressive season so far? Saint Osei is the club's communication director.
We played all those matches without the substantive coach and then assistant coach. It was the goalkeeper's trainer who actually prepared the boys in that regard. We had a substantive coach, and now he's also not with us because of the mouthstroke. Coach Arno's absence had a telling effect on the boys. right from Doma to Accra. As to how things ought to have gone, it didn't go that way. So they took this prudent measures by bringing on Yao Preco, who is going to be assisted by Gordon Atram for the time being. This rumor going around, Coach Ano has been sacked. He's never been sacked. We can't do that. I mean, we can't be that ungrateful. He's done a lot for Accra Greater. We respect him and we want to give him ample time to rest. And then when it's okay, he'll possibly be part, or Yao and then Gordon will all be part of the technical team to work for Accra Great Olympics.
Yao Preco, who accepted the invitation wholeheartedly, says he's ready to continue from where Ano Walker left off.
Ano is my man. Ano has been my friend since I was playing. He's one of the legends that we looked up to, and we've been communicating even before he got sick. So when this opportunity came for me to step in and help him out, it was just a simple thing for me to decide, because I thought he's doing something good here, and I feel like if I can play a little part of it for it to take it to the next level before he comes in, why not? That's the reason why I decided to step in.
Yao Preco there. Now, more new faces in the Ghana Premier League, and the latest on the playing front is a new Midiama signing and former Kotoko striker Ahmed Toure. Now, the Mervyn Yellows have been poor at converting their many chances created in the Premier League so far. The lack of goals and a slump in form are problems the Ivorian is expected to solve soon. Patrick Akoto is Communications Director of Midiama SC and has been speaking to Joy Sports.
We think and believe that he has the competence and the quality to help our team this season. We have struggled in the early part of the season, largely because we do not appear to have a very potent striker. We dominate, very difficult to dispossess us, but the one to bury the ball into the net has always been a major sticking point for us. Getting Ahmed Toure will only add up to the spice. We know the quality of Ahmed Toure, we know what he's done.
Patrick Akoto there, Communications Director of Midiama SC. And now time to get into English Premier League. And yes, there's no better place to begin than from Manchester.
Pogba guides it on to Fernandes. Options in the middle here for Rashford. Shaw has joined them, but it's back to Pogba! That is a stunning hit from Paul Pogba, and if it's the goal that carries them to the top of the table, it is worthy of it.
And yes, Paul Pogba's second half volley was enough to give Manchester United victory at Burnley and has sent them 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Now, although Burnley had 3 decent chances in the frantic ending, United secured the win to head the table after 17 rounds of matches. It's the first time this has happened, this many games into a season since December 2012 in Sir Alex Ferguson's final title-winning campaign. United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking forward to playing Liverpool already.
Now, of course, we know we're going to the champions. They've had an unbelievable 3.5 seasons, so we know that that's going to be a difficult game for us, but we're ready for it. I think we couldn't have asked for a better time to play them, because we're in good shape, good form, hungry. That's the big thing. These boys are hungry. They want to get better, and that's a test again.
United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Okay, now time to hear from the match winner Paul Pogba.
It's very hard to play here. They have the style of play we know them. They're very strong, and we know it will be difficult. So we have to keep our head calm and just focus in ourselves, and then the goal will come, and it did come. So it was a great performance from everyone. Good focus, and you have to keep doing this. And I'm happy that we're at the top. But like I said, it's still a long way to go. You have big games coming up, so you have to focus on that too.
All right, good. That's Gary. Gary's entering the studio. If you're watching on Facebook, that's Gary. Yesterday, we had the unpleasant job of having to post Ghana Premier League tables when Manchester United were making the noise.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, we wanted to push, the Ghanaian agenda.
Okay, bring back the love.
Match in line.
Bring back the love.
Gary, you even did some hockey. You gave some hockey news.
Whatever you do, we know what is happening already.
What's hockey?
Oh, which was that?
National Geographic.
Whatever you do, we know what is happening.
After United score, I switched to. You have to check that channel. That's Geo Wild.
Now you are watching animals. You are watching animals.
No, we are educating ourselves.
Talking about that, Charlie, today is Kwaku Anyidoho's birthday.
Oh!
The moment you talked about National Geographic,
my God,
I remember Kwaku Anyidoho. And today is his birthday.
My God,
I see. You know, he's the president of Ghana Twitter.
Yeah, and he's actually, guess what? He is 50 years today.
Oh my God!
What are we doing?
We have to do cake. We are calling him to the bar. We need to sit down.
You need to sit down.
Yes, this bar.
You are calling him to the bar.
To the bar.
The bull. You are calling the bull to the bar. This one not to slaughter, but to sit down with him.
But my story is okay. I'm not.
You must stop that, man.
My story is. See, let me tell you, Everton won the game. They did well. They beat Wolves. These Wolves that Chelsea couldn't beat. Well, Everton beat them. Sheffield United recorded their first win. You know, wow, 18 games. They now recorded their first win. That's the worst record in the Premier League for them. And then in Spain, I will tell you that Atletico Madrid beat Sevilla by 2-0, and are right on top there. They managed to stop Sevilla right in the tracks there. And to tell you about the games to come tonight, we've got Manchester City up against Brighton. You know, against Supporters Union, switching very quickly. We are supporting Manchester City to get the wins and quickly get up to the top.
No. Man City must drop points.
Yes, guys. The t-shirts are ready.
The t-shirts are ready. Against Supporters Union.
You said we should do embroidery, right?
Embroidery. Get ready. Asu.
Okay. We're done, right?
Yeah.
So, guys, today we're doing something very unique. Okay. Today we're doing a bit of assessment of performance of ministers. You can see the bell in hand.
I can see.
Now, once you see this bell, and I bring you this tune, and then you know that it's time to have this conversation. And we're assessing because the president has the prerogative, constitutional mandate, and right to do so. But as we do so, we, as citizens and not spectators, we want to be assessing our ministers and be finding out whether our ministers are actually performing the way we expect them to perform. And it's the reason why we're doing this today. So let's give you a chance. Once I do this, it means Omodimbo Nsweni.
Sir?
Campaign not Tunsium. If I do, it means Atonsium, Omodimbo Nsweni.
Okay, let's take that again. Which one is which?
The first one is
Atonsium. But if we commend you, we'll clap for you.
Oh, we'll clap for you.
Okay. So let me check you guys, the sports minister. I mean, I just want you guys to do the assessment of the sports minister. Isaac Esiama. He served as sports minister for 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah, one of those who served the whole term in this country. The sports ministry seems to be a ministry that people keep coming and going.
They call it the poison chalice.
Yeah. That one alone gives him, 10 points even before we start.
Before we even get
he's stable.
So shall we clap for him before?
Yeah, because
for longevity.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be interesting, but like the first thing for me that has worked out for him, and that's why he'll be looking good. It's the multi-sports or the multi-sport centers across the country. Yes. That was absolutely, important. Yes, government helped him, but of course he's the man there, so it goes into his account. And I think it was so necessary because we needed infrastructure. The only thing I had against that was we needed to add the educational facilities to it, and situate it in places where the guys can go to. They've done a good job on the location bits and everything, but I hope that they can also incorporate the education bit to it so that we have places where, educational facilities, you are in school, you go and train, you are in school, you go and train, so that we can put it together. But I think the multi-sport centers across the country, that one is a big one for him.
So one of the things he also looked to do, if you recall, when he came in, he spoke bitterly about the routes at the various stadia and how they were not renovated. So he began with the Accra Stadium, and then the Kumasi Stadium is currently
ongoing,
under renovation. And then, of course, the two newly built Tamale and Esipong are also benefiting from the renovations. Those are the main things. Infrastructure.
But infrastructure-wise. But how about
managing
qualification to tournaments?
And also,
so we need to look at that also.
Yeah,
but you see, hold on, guys. As we look at that, let me bring in Evans Mensah and Raymond Akwa. They've joined us on Zoom. Evans, Raymond, good morning. Okay, we'll get them shortly. We'll get them to join the conversation shortly. Yes, but we're talking about performance. I mean, our team's ability to qualify for tournaments. It's been difficult for the Black Stars. We gave, Kwesi Appiah the job. We said he should win the Nations Cup, and he went out in the round of 16. He didn't even get to his former best.
Yeah, but that is a difficult one to put right under the, or the doorsteps of the sports minister, because we can only mark him based on whether he was able to facilitate and ensure that the team was okay. Now they owed Kwesi Appiah. They owed Kwesi Appiah. Kwesi Appiah started complaining about that after everything was over. Didn't appear to be a problem whilst he was in the job. So it's an interesting area because the sports minister can only make sure things are available. I know that the boxing federation, a number of the federations have complained that they needed money, they needed some stuff here right now.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Hold on. Let me see if I have Raymond Aqua. Raymond, can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning. I can hear you.
Great. So, Evans, can you also hear me? Good morning. So let's do it.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We'll have our conversation off air later.
Oh, Evans, you seem on top of your league this morning.
Oh, I seem on top of my league. I am on top of the league.
All right. Yes, we are on top of the league. But Evan, so we've been doing a bit of a assessment of the sports minister. We just started with Gary and George. They've been talking about the infrastructural development, and he talked about the poor nature of our stadia, and he's managing COVID, and he's doing that. But we've all been looking at the performance of the Black Stars on the pitch. We couldn't qualify for the World Cup. That cannot solely be blamed on him because we started the qualification before he took over, but we have still not been able to win the AFCON. And Ghana still, as a country of football and other sports, are not being developed as you would expect. Briefly, guys, your own assessment of the sports minister.
Raymond, go first.
Okay, let me make this clear. I am taking it purely from the ministry's own sector performance reports. So I'm not bogged down with who's going to play what and what. The projects from 2017 to this year that the government said we will do every single year, they set targets from the ministry's own. They submit to the finance ministry for funding and proceed to do some of these projects. Overall, less than 47% were ultimately taken as completed and target won. So if you are just looking at what has happened from what the ministry says, we will build this, we will facilitate that, we will do all of these things. If you put them together as against their own targets getting into 2020, and the 2020 report I'm looking at any game because it will cover from 2017 to 2019. That is the scope. Less than 50% is what the achievement scope largely is in this case. And it tells you how the ministry might have fared over the period.
So you're using the ministry's own assessment. And based on its own assessment, you score them less than 50%.
Yes.
And they have scored themselves less than 50% more or less. So clearly, if we were marking and if we were to use the UCC standard, that's a failure. Raymond, if I were to use the UCC...
They were less than average in terms of performance.
No, I'm saying if I'm using the UCC marking scheme, because UCC, a D is 50. If you go below that, it's a fail. But let me get your thoughts on this, Evans.
I am simply a sports enthusiast. I love football, and so I'm just going to measure him based on because this is what I think. I think even if you do infrastructure, you do the structure and everything else, the outcome is how the actual sports teams perform on the field. Track and field, etc. That is what the outcome is for me. And ultimately, as a sports fan, that is how I judge the minister. Now, having said that, that's my marking scheme. Having said that, I honestly, Black Stars, let's start with the Black Stars. Black Stars didn't really do well in most of the games we've played in the last 4 years. The other teams below the Black Stars football I'm talking about, same. I mean, we hit a low ebb in terms of our performances on the pitch. You look at track and field, same. Even boxing, where we were known to do well. I mean, our lone world champion was beating and deprived of his title. I think this is something that we all know. Now, if you look at the other disciplines, in all aspects of the sport in terms of the performance itself, there's nothing really there to write home about. Our local league arguably suffered a major setback. I mean, COVID didn't help, but before that, we should all be honest. I mean, it wasn't enticing anymore. And so for me, that was a major thing. And remember, this was a period when we also had analysis investigations, right? Into the sports corruption, which led to a major overhaul of football, right? In Ghana. And we've come out of that at the other end. So if you put all that together, and of course he supervised that process of the reforms, etc. So you can score him a few marks there. But overall, if you want to put a mark on that, I would just give him 55%.
55%. So that's a pass mark.
Yeah, Winston, but
yes, George.
Well, I think we need to just clarify this.
Yes, clarify it.
But when it comes to the performance of the teams, it's better we mark the sports ministry based on whether they paid bonuses, whether they made coaches, whether they made the process easier for the teams to perform. Because the actual performance of the teams comes from the coaches. And we have federations that are in charge of the sports in the country. So, for instance, if you say the Ghana
but
Premier
we have
League,
seen countries where if the teams pay to perform, their sports ministers resign.
I know, yes, but in this case, that's what I'm saying. So I'm just looking. Evans can do it. That's Evans' way of looking at it. And in fact, indeed, a lot of Ghanaians who are looking at this will say, "Hey, but the Black Stars are not doing well." And he premised it by he's an enthusiast.
Yes, but
which is excellent.
But guys, look, even when you talk about the stadium, the stadium that you're talking
about,
don't go far. Look at Accra Sports Stadium.
Yeah.
Look at Kumasi Sports Stadium, currently under renovation.
Yes.
And you would ask yourself, I mean, for 4 years we've been talking about renovating the
But he has
stadium.
started something.
Starting something. They say if you compare yourself to a dwarf, you always will be tall.
Yes, I get.
Starting something is not enough. Completing it.
Because I was going to go back to even Raymond's criteria, and I was going to say, you could have the target, but the other thing is that there's a cash come, and he says that they did their own assessment, so I leave that with it. But just for the performance of the teams, you want to look at it, and I think that the 2019 World Athletics Championship, some of the athletes came back and said we didn't have our monies. That was dragged. It went on for a long time. Kwesi Appiah, when he left the job, says I was owed such. I've not
so you can understand his performance.
Siki Akono when he took over So when Siki Akono took over the job, first 9 months he has not been paid. These are the areas, and I don't know. Yes, I know it affects the team, but these are the areas where I'll give him the minus on how the ministry were not able to facilitate the payment of these key guys who are expected to give us what we want when it comes to the performance of the teams. Yes.
I mean, I've been
okay. Can I disagree with George?
Yeah, Evans,
go ahead. Disagree with him.
Okay, so we live in this country where football and politics, the line between that is very blurred. Where when the Black Stars perform well on the pitch, it is the sports minister who takes the ultimate glory for it.
That one is.
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, okay. I mean, listen. When we went to the World Cup for the first time in 2010
or 2006.
2006.
The government. Sorry, what's 2006?
2006. Yes.
The government took ultimate glory and the shine for it, such that it became part of their campaign message. In the later year, in the 2008 election, that it was the MPP government that took us to the World Cup for the first time. So when the teams don't perform, I think it is equally right to put the ultimate blame at the doorstep of the political, administration that indeed will put money in. Because if it had gone well, trust me, if we had won any cup, if we had won our our latest cap in the Africa
Okay,
Cup of Nations.
so just one question
You
for
would have
Evans.
get it.
Just one question for
Hold on.
Evans. Just one question for Evans.
Please hold on with that
Evans, I
question.
understand you.
No, hold on with that question.
Yeah.
Hold on, all of you. Hold
Yeah.
on, all of you. Hold on with that question. We need to go for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand
He
with
says,
you.
allow me
Yes.
to ask my question and go.
Yes.
Evans, so I assume you're the sports minister. You have done everything for the team to perform. You give them the money, you give them the bonuses, you do everything. Yet the coach doesn't select the right players for it because the sports minister doesn't select
But it's
the
your
players.
responsibility to appoint
it's
a good
part-
coach.
So I understand Evans. You say, wait, yeah. But you have a good coach. Yes, and the
Who
coach
cannot
goes
win
on-
trophies?
But you see, but I'm saying that I understand Evans when he says that when it's good, they take it. On that line, yes. When it's bad, you can bring it in. But if you are doing the analysis of it,
George.
what happens at the tournament sometimes, it's not going to be about the sports minister.
George,
Basically,
from 1 to 100, percentage, give your percent.
54%.
54%.
That's a very exact number, George.
you actually, marked him worse than Evans did.
54%. Yes.
What about you?
Because the owing for me was a problem, but 54%.
Yeah, just about that. I mean, 50 to 55.
No, so do I go for 50 or do I go for 55? You should be.
above
You should be.
Take a number. 50.
50%.
50%.
Okay, so Gary, your rating.
I mean, we've not had a lot of time to go into the issues, but I guess we can do that at a later time.
50%. No, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me just go for the Joy Sport. I mean, the Joy Business Minute. When I return, I'll give you the chance to go into some of the issues before we wrap it up with the sports minister and then get to the senior minister, we'll get to the national security minister, we'll get to the defense minister, we'll get to the local government minister, we'll get to the food and agriculture minister. You don't want to tune off. Stay with us here on the Super Morning Show. Now time for the Joy Business Minute brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG. We stand with you.